Trump is polling within striking distance of Joe Biden in Florida, North Carolina, and Arizona. Republicans are gaining on Democrats in the early vote in Florida. If the president can carry the Sun Belt states he won in 2016 and beat Biden in Pennsylvania, he could well hold the White House for as bad as all this is, said Jeff Rowe, the Republican strategist who steered Ted Cruz's 2016 presidential campaign. You can certainly see how he could win. It's a big if resting on a tower of uncertainties. Explosive Republican turnout on Election Day, including among new, same-day registrants. Tepid enthusiasm for Biden, especially among young people of color. Disruptions at polling places that depress Democratic turnout. Legal victories related to ballot counting. And a full-on embrace of Trump by the few voters who remain undecided. Trump will need most or all of those things to happen in multiple states to engineer a victory, according to interviews with more than a dozen Democratic and Republican strategists and campaign officials. But as they run their final simulations of the Electoral College map, they see a credible, if distant, opportunity for a surprise. Overall, forecasters put Trump's odds at about 1 in 10. Last week, a Democratic strategist who works with major party donors drew up a series of potential maps that included one Trump victory with 279 Electoral College votes, one tie, and one scenario in which it's 259-259 going into 3 a.m. and Pennsylvania is the last state that hasn't been called. Right now I'll tell 4 reasons why Trump have to win election 2020. In the months leading up to the 2016 general election, of the wide range of political opinion polls generated and released, only a select few predicted Trump's victory. Accurately predicting such an outcome is extremely difficult, given the many challenges to gathering representative sample sizes, especially within a country as large and diverse as the United States. Moreover, as arguably demonstrated by the data gathered in 2016, Trump's core voter base is less likely to participate in the relevant surveys used to collect this information. Trump has successfully made trade and bringing jobs back to be a central talking points in the election. However, considering how important this is to working-class voters, Biden's relatively non-committal stance on trade can be damaging. Indeed, his past support for free trade will likely hurt him, despite enjoying relatively strong support from the unions. Biden's humble scrappy kid from Scranton brand still resonates with working-class voters, but Trump has been effective in drawing a direct connection, however shaky, between Biden's 40-plus years of support for free trade and the loss of factories and manufacturing jobs in cities across the Rust Belt. This pain of outsourced jobs is real and deep, and Trump is tapping into it. Since 1997, across the United States, nearly 5M manufacturing jobs and more than 91,000 plants have been lost. Joe Biden is a career politician and, therefore, held to a higher standard by the general public. Claims of corruption made against Biden and his family may not necessarily define his chances of being elected. However, such claims do muddy the waters of his political career by calling his past actions into question. Whereas the businessman narrative Trump enjoys releases him of a similarly damaging effect, comparable claims made against the Trumps bear much less of a bite. Biden's economic plan is a large spending package which promises to invest in areas that could enhance the U.S. economy, such as education, job training programs, infrastructure, R&D, etc. However, his tax and spend approach could be ill-received during a pandemic. A pro-growth agenda may be preferred, especially by business owners, large and small. Additionally, Biden's clean energy plan is ambitious and AGGR.